Today's topic is Vogue, strike a pose, a position, a posture. The proverbial mannequin in a department store glass window is not only selling the garment, but selling a dream, a fantasy, if you will. The very production of human god life is a playbill itself, depicting the exaggerated worlds of wonder on center stage. Be it a dress rehearsal or the running of lines, rest assured the very act of seamed preparation is indeed poetry in motion, a snapshot of the coming attraction on the main stage of what we call life. So mind you, the silly dance you may deem trite could very well be the single most important prelude to your silver screen blockbuster dream life in Vogue. Now, friends, let us listen and apply today's lesson.
I hope we all remember the hit career-defining song from over 30 years ago by Madonna called Vogue. Along with the song was a dance craze called voguing, where you would pose to the beat instead of just dancing. Now, the actual origin of this underground Vogue dance culture was born in New York in the 1970s and 80s from the marginalized Black and Latino gay community. This community would have competitions called balls, where they would challenge their rivals on the dance floor and have a voguing dance-off. This was their form of entertainment and pastime, the way a sporting event would be. Back then, Black and Latino gay people's dreams were few to be realized in an anti-gay world, so they took pride in this slice of paradise they created for themselves. Now, this underground ball and Vogue culture wasn't only just about dancing, but becoming, if only during the competition, what they'd always dreamed they could be in the outside heterosexual world. What they created was a would-be theatrical Broadway show with talent, fashion, music, and dance, if only for one night in a crowded, seedy, run-down, rented ballroom. The bigger picture was the culture of these people to physically live their respective dreams live and in color, even if it were only for the spectacle of one night. They dressed, they danced, and they vogued their dream lives into reality. There's a film called Paris is Burning here on YouTube that better explains ball culture in detail.
In real life, you can't get a job as an executive unless you have the educational background and the opportunity. Now, the fact that you are not an executive is merely because of the social standing of life. That is just pure thing. Black people have a hard time getting anywhere. And those that do are usually straight. In a ballroom, you can be anything you want. You're not really an executive, but you're looking like an executive. And therefore, you're showing the straight world that I can be an executive. If I had the opportunity, I could be one, because I can look like one. And that is like a fulfillment. Your peers, your friends are telling you, oh, you'd make a wonderful executive.
Now, having said all that, this is how Vogue relates to us as human gods. The song lyrics to Vogue say, strike a pose, meaning striking a position or a posture, daring to stand as if. This physical action is probably one of the easiest and most effective ways to bring creation to 3D life. We've covered this before, but when you symbolically imply the version of the self you want to be by physically standing in the proverbial golden slippers of the wish fulfilled, you experience the now of what it's like to be that preferred version of the God self. No questions asked. The fantasy becomes reality instantaneously. This physical gesture summons your God consciousness to cue the duplicate match to your position, posture, or pose. I've done this countless times, but of course, I have a new anecdote to break it down even further. First of all, this video was supposed to be posted a few weeks ago, but I had to postpone it for good reason. A few weeks ago, I couldn't show you what I'm about to show you now, because I didn't have it yet. Get ready, because this is probably one of the biggest and most major creations I've executed in a long time. A few months ago, I started online shopping on Temu. I noticed they have so much cool cheap stuff on there. I was going down the rabbit hole of needless things to buy when I saw they had these platinum and gold American Express card decal stickers you could buy for $1. These are textured vinyl adhesive stickers that would go over your debit cards to mock American Express credit cards. At this time, I was still trying to repair my godmother's credit, and I thought it would be a great idea to place these mock decals over some of her canceled over-the-limit credit cards to assist her positioning as an American Express credit card holder. I wound up spending $2 buying a platinum Amex card decal and also an Amex Centurion black card decal as well. As it turned out, I decided to stop assisting in the credit repair of my godmother, or anyone else for that matter, due to their unwillingness to cooperate and do their part in the rebuilding process. Needless to say, I didn't need either of the decals I'd ordered because I was already an Amex customer with 7 different credit card accounts. However, the mere ordering of the decals for someone else somehow boomeranged back to me. I called American Express to downgrade a card because the annual fee was recently increased, only to have Amex reduce the annual fee on that card by 50% and offer me a platinum business, Amex waiving the $695 annual fee for the first year. The platinum card was expedited to me the very next day. When I received the decals from Temu a week later, they looked really cheap, and I laughed at them. Then I thought my actual business platinum Amex card made it to me before the fake platinum Amex decal sticker did. I laughed even harder, saying to myself, nah, that couldn't be creation at work, or could it be? About a week later, I received an email from the concierge of American Express wanting to set up a time for an interview for their invitation-only Centurion Black Card. At that moment, I knew the simple whim of my god self ordering plastic decal stickers to help pose, position, and posture my godmother into Amex had gotten me not only an additional platinum card, but the very rare, elusive, and invitation-only Amex Centurion Black Card. After the initial interview, I was required to submit proof of my net worth, tax return verification, and other financial documentation to become one of only 20,000 Black Centurion cardholders in America. I couldn't believe the gesture that was intended for someone else had rained down upon me. I was flabbergasted and left speechless. In the past, my platinum card had garnered a lot of attention, but this titanium black Amex is on a whole other level. I'm still adjusting to all the countless benefits and royal treatment that come with this American Express card. Guys, I don't know if it's because I've been doing this for so long, or maybe because I don't have belief, but matter-of-fact knowing about human godhood, that my slightest unintended whims come true. I'm to the point where I'm overthinking any passing thought or gesture, because I get so overwhelmed with racing thoughts of how my God power literally has a mind of its own. At any rate, I'm beyond elated that this happened and that I was able to share the experience with you. I hope you enjoyed it and are inspired by it. Please stay tuned for more new content on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I love you guys dearly, and thank you for listening to my outrageous manifestations. Until next time, be sure to be good and be God.